Newcomb, the committee, JT, everybody who put all their effort into playing this night. It means so much for all of us, and I'm so excited to be here and grateful to be here. And I see so many old friends and coaches and just so many people of the community. So thank you so much for everybody's work bringing us all here tonight. And to the other inductees, congratulations. I hope you guys enjoy this moment and just have a great time this whole week with your family. I stand here tonight feeling incredibly grateful and incredibly humbled. Grateful for the opportunity to express how much I have loved attending Bucknell, to receive a first-class education, to play Division I basketball, to play on the women's basketball team with such great teammates, to have been a part of the basketball and the whole Bucknell community for so long and still feel so connected 10 years later. And I know none of that would have been possible without so many people. And I'd like to just start quickly by thanking my family. First, my mom and dad, I love you guys. It's your 40th wedding anniversary, and you're here again at a sporting event after all these years. Thanks again. I'd also like to thank my sister Trish, John, her husband who couldn't be here tonight, Jay, Adam, and Shane. I'm so proud of you guys. Kevin and Kevin, I love you guys. Trey and Kathleen, thank you for being here tonight. I couldn't think of better siblings. My Aunt Pat, thanks so much for being here. And Erin, thanks for being you. I feel even more humbled to be here tonight. Growing up, my high school coach, Mr. C, who drove all the way here, emphasized to us the importance of team. Every single person was critical to the success of the team, from the kids who scored 20 points tonight to the kids who never played a minute but practiced their tails off so that we could be successful. He really instilled that in us, and I just appreciate Coach C because it stayed with us. I know I would not be standing here tonight without so many amazing teammates throughout my career and also coaches, and in particular my teammates from Bucknell. And I'd like to take a minute just to recognize you guys, because I'm standing up here tonight at this honor, but I wouldn't be up here tonight if it wasn't for you guys. And I was so honored to play with you and also to call you my friends to this day, and better friends and teammates. So if you guys could stand up. Kate Franks, the best classmate you could have. She'll stand in a minute. Lindsay Lee, she was a freshman when I was a senior. Lori Houck, she was a senior, and she actually taught me how to put notes in people's mailboxes. And Kate Kishbaugh, you guys can stand. Thank you so much for being such great. I truly love basketball. I was back home with my family watching some home videos a couple months ago, and all the home videos it keeps spanning. I'm like dribbling the basketball and shooting all the time, and I'm having a blast. And it sounds really sweet and cute, like Molly loved basketball, but my older sister Trish was trying to get some shots in, and I was like, no, like, you might be 7 years older, but I'm shooting. And I couldn't help but think when I was a senior and Lindsay Lee was a freshman, and she was dribbling up the court, and just, there was a little bit of pressure on her, and apparently I thought she needed some help. So I ran over and just took the ball from her and dribbled up the court. And after the game, she's like, dude, you gave me a turnover. And I was like, what? She's like, you actually stole the ball from me. But playing Division I, sorry about that one. Playing Division I and going to Bucknell was a dream. I'll never forget the night before I had 2 home visits for scholarship schools. And I remember the night before both of those visits, the schools called and said, we got our #1 recruit and your visit's canceled. I remember going up to my room and doing push-ups and sit-ups and pull-ups and being like, I'll be ready for the next opportunity. And when Coach Federaca called, it was that opportunity, and I was so excited. Immediately, when she spoke of the community and the campus, I wanted to be a part of it. She had a vision of turning the program into an NCAA contender, winning the Patriot League Championship, winning 20 games, and I wanted to be a part of it. And I wanted to say, Coach, you did all 3 of those things, and I was so happy to be a part of it. Thanks for what you did, and good luck the rest of the way. As soon as I got to Bucknell, I felt home because of the people. I walked past Barb, she was so awesome, and I saw Coach Flam back there, and just so many people walking by, and I really did feel at home. But what made it feel home was my teammates, and we just wanted to be a part of the Bucknell tradition. I remember standing in Davis Gym, and in the nighttime, and it'd be a silent gym, the best kind of gym, And I remember the moonlight coming in from the top of the windows and just shining on the banner. It was almost as if you could hear the whispers of the people who had come before us and who would come after us. And we just wanted to be a part of it. And, you know, we wanted to make a mark on the program and on Bucknell. And, you know, I think it was crazy because the Bucknell made more of a mark on us. And it, you know, the basketball, the friendships, the community, but what I didn't understand that would be such a lasting effect would be the education. My parents always said, you know, your education at Bucknell is going to last a lifetime. I remember when I came back from overseas after 6 years at a crossroads, what am I going to do with my career? I knew I wanted to pursue education, and during the summertime, the chair of the education department, Professor Hoffman, sat down with me and just helped me for like 2 hours. And there was just such passion to help alumni and to help students. And that passion was evident to me the first day I got to Bucknell and took a history class with Professor Patrick. And I remember she gave us a book, and it totally opened my mind and opened my perspective, and I just wanted to learn as much as I could. I took every class after that. And I'll never forget one of her civil rights classes where she impressed upon us that there was something more to learn about the fight for equality, the community it takes to achieve equality, and the resiliency of the human spirit. The lesson and feeling of that would stay with me forever while I still, you know, pursued basketball. Immediately after college, I was drafted by the New York Liberty, and then, you know, 3 weeks later, I was cut by the Liberty. I remember going from such an emotional high to an emotional low. I was pretty devastated, and I didn't have the same reaction in high school of going up into my room and doing push-ups and sit-ups and waiting for the next opportunity. I was defeated, tired, and a bit burned out. And it was there that some incredible people appeared in my life. Many here tonight, many not here tonight. And they opened my perspective, they renewed my spirit, and they taught me the concepts of failing forward, that obstacles are opportunities, and they showed the true strength of what community looks like. And the thing that really stands out to me is these people didn't have to care, but they made the choice to. And I learned through that process that sometimes when you have dreams that are so big, your best may not be enough. But when you're laying there completely tapped out and exhausted, whether it's sports, career, or relationship, you have people who come into your life and pick you up off the floor and say, yeah, your best wasn't good enough right now, but our best together can be good enough, and we'll keep on going and get there. The key thing is they care. I went on to live in 5 different countries and called all of them home. Just like at Bucknell, the reason was because of the people. Even different languages, races, religions, sexual orientations, customs, families. There is a common bond. You care about each other. You listen to each other, and you learn from each other. Above all, you respect each other and show kindness to one another. All those things enhance the human spirit and the human condition. Thinking back to my civil rights lessons in class, much of the basis of equality just comes down to how we're treating one another. Being kind and treating people the way we'd like to be treated. And in life it can be hard at times, but I think the challenge is just to try. I can symbolize this with the final story. When I was playing in France, we had to play the pick and roll. And I remember at the end of the shot clock calling the pick and roll, and my coach just going berserk. And I was terrible at it because he would tell me repeatedly on a daily basis. And I called for the pick and roll, and he said, stop, you're terrible, you can never run that again. And I remember looking at him like, will you show me how, like, can this get better? And before I finished, he said, you're terrible, never run it again, and he walked away. Needless to say, it was a tough season. And, you know, the next year I ended up going to Hungary, and it was a little bit of a demotion, but it ended up being kind of a blessing in disguise because the first day of that practice, the coach said, we run a lot of pick and roll. And I remember saying to him, I'm not very good at it, and before I could get out, will you help me? He stopped, and he didn't speak very good English, and he said, I teach you. And he did. He stayed late, he came early, broke down film. He would take me to his rec games and be like, watch how I'm doing this, do you see? And I'm like, you should be focusing, not talking to me. But I really learned to pick and roll from him. And I remember, you know, 4 years after France, playing in Italy, and the shot clock would be running down, and the coach would be like, no matter what, make sure Molly runs the pick and roll. And it was, you know, 4 years later, but it shows that what happens when people take the time to care and to teach, and they give you that kind of resilience. They say coaches' jobs are to take you from one place to another, and that's true. But it's not just coaches, it's everyone. Teachers, family, friends, and strangers. And I think anytime we have a chance to interact with other people, we have that responsibility. Are we making people's lives better or worse? Even if people are different than us, if we can open our minds and hearts to them and embrace them, we can make a positive impact and enhance the human spirit. It can be hard and frustrating, like many worthwhile things in life, but I think the same holds true in all dreams. Even if it's a lofty goal and we exhaust ourselves, people will be moved to join, pick up the cause, and say, our best together will get us there. And one day, we'll live in a world where everyone is treated with respect and kindness. This is my new dream and my new perspective since leaving Bucknell, and in essence, because of Bucknell and all the amazing people along the way that chose to help others and chose to help me. And I hope we can all do the same.